morning or afternoon or evening or wherever, whatever time, whatever. Okay, so today I'm going to make a full digital painting. I used to do full digital paintings a lot more than I do now. Mostly just because they're pretty time consuming and sometimes I just want to focus on characters rather than full paintings, but I'm feeling very painty today. So I was going to make one and I actually pulled you guys on the kind of background vibe of the one that we're going to work on today. And it looks like the winner was Lavender, which I started a lavender painting, like just threw an idea down on the page a while ago, and I'm excited to pick it back up and finish it, though I might change some things. I really like the colors I picked, so I'm gonna probably still use them as my base. But I don't know, I just thought it would be fun to revisit kind of my digital art origins every so often and do a speed paint for you guys, just because it's fun to have a bit of variety, and it's still part of my art and I want to share it with you too, along with the character design stuff. But I'm getting on a tangent. We're gonna make a digital painting today, and tomorrow and the next day and the next day, because it's probably gonna take me a few days. Hopefully have it done before Thursday so that I can edit this on Thursday and then post it on Friday. So, super rambly, huge opener. I apologize. Let's get started. So I'm going to do lavender, and this you can kind of see is what I had like whipped up before, and I think I'm gonna kind of follow this basic, oh, I didn't know I could do that. Oh, hello, okay, basic thing. But I'm gonna start a new canvas, and I like to go pretty big with my paintings. I used to work at a print shop, and the rule that they always told us in the print shop was all things have to be, for printing, all things have to be at 300 or more for the DPI, and the width and height in inches should be what you want to be able to print it as. Obviously you can scale it down, but like the max size. And I usually end up going pretty big. I think for the other one I did 24 by 18. And I mean, that's huge. I probably will never print it that big, but I want, since I've spent so much time on them, I want to have options. I don't know. That's how I do things. And I'm going to do it RGB. CMYK is probably wiser if you ever do want to print, just because I know a lot of print shops use CMYK. I mean, you could still use RGB. I'm just saying from my experience at a print shop, we use CMYK. So, yeah. But I'm gonna use RGB because CMYK makes me cry. Yeah, so let's make this and get started. So like in my previous one, I probably am gonna do kind of make it like a misty lavender field. And so we're probably gonna, oh, I didn't know what brush I had. Let's go sketch brush. We're probably gonna put some like mountains in the background that are just like faded and soft purple. So we're gonna have our like little lavenders up here, and I'm definitely gonna have to look up some picture of lavenders because I think they're different than what I'm thinking they look like. Yeah, so, and then I was gonna have our fairy kind of like peeking up. So here's a lavender, and she's gonna be like peeking and holding on to the lavender. And I don't know if I want her wings to go up or down, so if you can read this, I commend you. We probably should change a few things just to make the composition make more sense. Like maybe make her either bigger or more focused or something. But we can arrange and fix that as we go. And I accidentally, oops, put her head back on. And then like maybe make these mountains more up here or something. Like we can play around with that. But that's kind of what I'm thinking for this. And I was thinking I would make her hair, I want it to be kind of like darker. I think, did I pick, no, I didn't pick that color out. Hold on. So I was gonna kind of keep the cool tones going throughout. And I think I am going to use these colors because with all of the purple to have like a pretty white, creamy, off-white color along with the purple, I just think those are nice colors together. I kind of want to give her like dark hair to stand out against her white dress and everything. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm probably going to start the speed paint now, and we will see where this goes. So for the next few days, I'm going to work on this painting, and I'm going to talk to you about it as we go. So yeah, let's do that now. I started off by using the colors from that original piece And I just kind of color dropped and picked those colors because I really liked the colors that I had from that thumbnail. So I pulled them over and I did the mountains and just like the blurry little background bits. I knew that if I wanted to finish this, I had to finish the background stuff first, because if I left it for later, I wouldn't finish it. So we kind of got most of that out of the way, and then I just started sketching out what I wanted everything to look like. And originally I had her like holding that lavender that she's leaning on, but I later changed to have her reaching from it, and I kind of like that better, though the holding was really cute. I still like the idea of her holding. It kind of makes her seem more reserved. Anyway, the ponytail for this was really natural. I thought, like, when I first drew this, I didn't have her with a pony, but when I started drawing it this time, it just felt so natural for her to have a ponytail. So that was an easy hairstyle choice for this. And then I thought it would be fun if her pony and her hair was so long that it like draped over the lavender in the background, and just like was more of her interacting with her environment through just her hair, which I really like to do. I think it's really fun. I also changed her dress and just made it a little bit more elegant and drapey, because with the pose, I thought it felt really almost like a statue, and you know, with that really elegant and so I gave her like a long draping dress instead, just because I thought it fit with the pose a little bit better. And then I started working on the line art, because I was originally going to have line art in this. I took it out later and I'll talk about it, but and then I started working on those little lavenders and not lavenders. We started working on the other lavender, and yeah, picked out the colors from again, that thumbnail that I originally made. And I was gonna have her with magic, but I ended up taking that out. Okay, so we've been drawing for about 3 hours and 30 minutes, and this is where we are at. So I like that we finished like the line art of everything. I like the overall color vibe, and it's kind of reading a lot like what I was imagining it to when I first made that original scribble ages ago. So yeah, I'm happy with this, and I'm gonna probably go to sleep. So I'm gonna do that, and then I will draw more tomorrow. So day 2, I mostly am just drawing and rendering these lavender that are in like the midground, like right behind her, those lavender. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna speed this part up just a little extra because it's kind of boring. I'm just like drawing the little lines. I think the thing that really helped with these was the rim light on these. Looked really great. So yeah, I'm gonna speed past this. This was probably the most boring part for me to draw. I just binged a bunch of old classic Barbies while I was drawing lavender. So yeah, that was day 2. I think I'm gonna be done for today. It looks like we've got about 7 hours finished now, and yeah, it doesn't honestly look that different from yesterday. I think it just added a little bit of depth with these little lavenders by actually rendering them. I want to finish rendering the lavender and the background the most I can before I start working on the fairy, just because I know that once I start working on her, that's my favorite part, is the character backgrounds and side things. I just want to draw her face and like render her face and her hands, but I need to wait until last for that because I'll get distracted and then I won't come back to the other stuff. So this is the end of day 2. I think I am going to go eat dinner and be done for today. So day 3, I started by cleaning everything up a little bit. I redid the line art because I just didn't think it was tidy enough. And then I also went in and carefully put all of the colors down so that they had like nice edges and lines and it wasn't messy. And I just put in the colors that I had, and then I went in and adjusted them a little bit later to better fit the whole environment. And I originally had her with purple eyes, but I swapped them for green because I thought that that helped tie in with the background a little bit better since there was purple and green in the background. And then I just took a chunky brush and I went over and kind of plotted out shadow areas and lighter areas. And to put a little bit of blue bounce light bluish purple bounce light on the darkest shadow areas. I just think that looks nice and helps everything kind of look a little bit more cohesive and put together, having the light interact that way with the character. Yeah, so that was most of today. Alright, so day 3, looks like we've got 10 hours finished, and I just kind of plopped down some shadow and color on her, and also cleaned up the edges from before. So I still need to finish rendering her, but I started rendering her. So this lavender that she's leaning on is going to have to come later because I couldn't wait anymore. But I think I'm gonna be done for today, and yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. So today was a pretty busy day. We ended up doing a lot today. I spent a lot of time just like carving out the light areas and the dark areas and thinking about where shadows would be laying. Adding some rim lighting, especially on her hands where they're really out in the middle of the air where they would be a lot more light. And then we also refined her dress, added some sparkles, added some texture to her hair. And it was at this point when I was feeling like we're getting kind of close to being finished, but it just didn't quite feel right to me. I was not liking the line art very much. Oh, also today we finished that lavender, so good for me. I didn't wait until the very, very end to finish that last piece of lavender, because that would have been hard for me to finish that last bit of lavender while like that being the only thing keeping me from finishing. I like rendering characters so much more than things. So, but I still like doing full paintings. It's kind of an oxymoron. All right, so day 4, it looks like I titled it so that I would remember tomorrow what I wanted to try doing. But we're about 13 hours, 30 minutes in, and yeah, so I've rendered her a little bit more, but I'm just not liking the line art in there. I think I might take it out and do what I normally do. I've been trying to implement line art into my paintings, like my big paintings, because I like line art, but I tried it on the Christmas orange painting. I didn't like it there either. I need to like try a few different things and kind of figure it out, because I would eventually like to implement it. And I just need to figure out how I want to do that, because I see other artists do that in like big rendered paintings and it looks gorgeous, and I want to get to that point. But for now, I'm thinking tomorrow I'm going to worry about taking out the line art and just doing what I normally do. But yeah, so this is where we're at. I haven't worked on the wings at all yet. Not really. I rendered her a little bit more. I need to finish rendering her hair, and I did render that lavender that she's leaning on finally, so it doesn't stand out as much. But I'm gonna come back tomorrow and see what I can't do then. And now we've reached the final day, and I took out the line art and just kind of finished rendering everything up. I kind of fixed some things that were bothering me, fixed the proportions just a little bit, and added a little bit more lighting and depth so that when I took out the line art, you could still tell what was going on. And then cleaned up her hair. Her hair wasn't finished in the last one, so we had to finish rendering her hair. And then I kind of went over the whole thing and cleaned up the edges even more so that she looked finished. And then we also did her wings, and wings are interesting for me. I feel like I do them a little bit different every time, and I don't know what I like the most, so but I did like how the wings came out here. And then I kind of just added some sparkles and some texture across the whole thing, and then I will talk more about how the colors are turning out in a little bit, so I'll leave that for then. But yeah. Alright, so we are on our final day. I am finished. So it looks like the total thing took me about 17 hours and 5 days, because I took an extra day because I needed to. But this is where we are, and I have a few different color feels that I wanted to go over with you. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see the colors on YouTube, because I notice that when I upload my videos onto YouTube, that sometimes the colors are a little bit off from what they are on like for me. Anyway, so this is the original colors. This is it brightened up a little bit and kind of leaned a little bit more into the pink zone. This one is a lot more pink. This one is more bluey purple, and this one is less purple, more green. I thought I'd let you guys kind of help me decide with that because I like them all for different reasons. There's something about like this one that's a little bit more in the green zone that I like. It almost looks a little bit more dramatic. I don't know. The purple one is fun and moody. The pink one is just really pretty and bright and I don't know, pink, which I like pink, so. And then this one is just edited just a little bit, just to brighten things up a little bit. And then the original is the original, so I also like it for the originalness of it. But anyway, so this is the final thing. I think her wings are fun. I wanted to add a swirl to her wings instead of just doing like cicada looking kind of wings, which is what I normally do, is more cicada like wings. But I added the swirl just to kind of add a little touch of fantasy. Yeah, so that's that. I'm really happy with this. I'm really happy that you guys chose Lavender when I polled you, because that's kind of secretly the one that I kind of wanted to win. But I mean, I still want to do the other two paintings. I have ideas in my head for the strawberry and the blossom paintings. I will do those eventually, but I'm glad that we did Lavender. I'm talking too much. I'm rambling. I'm in that part of finishing a painting where I'm just like I'm relieved and happy and proud and just I'm reveling in the feelings of finishing. So anyway, I will see you guys. I probably won't see you on Monday because this took a little bit longer and I wasn't able to film a video for Monday. So I will see you on Friday next week. And I don't know what I'm doing. I wrote it down somewhere, but I don't have my notes. So we're doing something on Friday. We're probably going to draw something. But yeah, so I'll see you then. And if you want to, oh, that was the other thing. I'm also going to post the photos on Patreon so you can kind of see it better, because sometimes it's hard to see art in YouTube videos. So if you want to see the photos, I have them posted on my Patreon too. So yeah, cool. I'll see you guys on Friday.